Welcome to the Glow Getters podcast. My name is Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt, and I'm your host. I teach and inspire leaders to step into their productive selves and find their true potential. I'm a passionate creative and scientist with over 8 years of healthcare leadership experience. At age 25, I stepped into my first management role and didn't find the leadership advice I was looking for. So here I'm giving you the tools to end burnout and enjoy a vibrant career and life. Glad you're here to learn and grow with me. Now, on with the show. Hey, happy Monday. I hope you're doing well. It's Kayla here. I wanted to say hi and give you some inspiration and motivation for today. So today's topic, to get you going for this good week, to get it off on the right start and the right foot, is all about trusting yourself. And it's going to also be about what can you do to help yourself out this week, to get some other people involved, to join in on your fun, whatever that is, fun in air quotes, right? Like if you have a lot going on at work or a lot going on at home, here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about what are the things that you're holding on really tightly to that you know you need help with. Just take a few minutes and think about like all the things you're trying to take care of yourself. Because if you're anything like me, if you're a leader or a high achiever, something that we often do is think about like, we can do this. Like I'm totally and 100%, 200% capable of taking care of everyone else's shiz. And I'm also very capable of taking care of my own stuff on top of everything else, right? There's all these obligations that we have at home, whether you're, single, you're married, you have a house, you have an apartment, you have a dog, you have kids, you have friends, like no matter where you're at in your walk of life, like there's always a lot happening. And that's good because that's what makes life joyful and makes it interesting and vibrant. And at the same time, I'm here to tell you, you don't actually have to do it all yourself. You really don't. And even if you think that it's your accountability or your responsibility to make sure that things do get accomplished, it doesn't mean that you should do it by yourself or in a silo. Because guess what? If you're in a leadership role, I also want to tell you that you're probably not the right person to actually take care of these things. So let me break it down even further for you. Let me give you an example. So I'm a manager. I oversee multiple hospitals, several hospitals, and their blood bank operations. And if you've been listening to this podcast, you've heard my sad story. We've been going live with a new computer system, and it's been a month already since go live, and things are just not perfect yet. They're not going to be perfect probably for years. Like, I just want to be real. There's been a lot of tweaking that's been done, and it's going to take a long time to learn the system to get everything like the way that we absolutely 100% want it, right? And at the same time, there are some things we have to accomplish regarding like workflows or things that we've learned about the computer system that we now know that we can actually build these systems and these workflows to help out our frontline staff, to take off some of the burden for them, to make things run even smoother, to help improve the patient experience, right? And so I've been, keeping a list because I have this high-level overview of all the different sites. Like anytime I hear about a pain point from the frontline staff or like an issue with a patient that we've had to deal with or help troubleshoot or solve, I've just been keeping a list. Well, that list is really long. There are a lot of things that I think we could do better. And I've been like thinking about, how can I start editing that SOP? How can I start creating that workflow diagram? Maybe I should create like a process map. I did a video of a process map on my YouTube channel the other day, and I was like, I can make new workflows for everyone. And how can I communicate things to the front line? And I just had to pause and think about this. Like, I am one human. And yes, I'm not working on the bench at the elbow of the front line, so I have a little bit more time and flexibility in my calendar. But who am I to say that I'm the right person to even create these workflows? Like, these have to come from the direct leaders of the frontline staff. They have to come from what the leaders have learned from being with their frontline staff. Not from me, who's twice removed or 3 times removed, depending on, what level of, service we have at that hospital. So I was like, okay, how can I ensure that we accomplish all this stuff, but make it so that it's not all on my plate? Like at the end of the day, the accountability will still roll up to me, but how can I make it so that I'm not feeling like I personally have to take care of all of this stuff because I can't? And so one of the ideas I had was to create time for us to meet intentionally about one thing at a time. And so we tried that for a few weeks, but it was just not enough time. 1 hour once a week is not enough time for what we needed. So I thought about, okay, how can this isn't working the way I'd like it to. It's working, but not fast enough. How can I get more help? How can I speed up the process, but also create time and space and room for energy to, flourish so that we can do this right the first time, right? And so I came up with the idea of doing a 2-day, day-long, each day is a day long, like a shift long, 8 hours retreat with all of my leaders present together. We're going to be masked. We're in a very large conference room so that we're connected and we can all have the same information at the same time. And we can come away with the same mental model and understanding of where we need to go when we leave. And that way, all of our processes are standardized, they're streamlined, everyone's heard everybody else's input and experience, and we can check off some of our biggest pain points altogether. So this is the way that I've decided, okay, I'm going to ask for help and share the burden of all of these things. Everybody's feeling like we have to get it done. Ultimately, it rolls up to me, and so I've been feeling that pressure because I've been hearing daily from physician leaders and IT and all of these different folks like, how are you doing? And I'm still feeling like we could do better, right? And so I'm just going to ask for help. And guess what? I'm probably not going to be able to make any specific on the bench decisions those 2 days this week that I meet with my leaders. I'm going to have to fully surrender to the idea that they know more than I do and that they're fully capable and the right people to create this work. And I'm just there to guide, facilitate, redirect, and help question and, encourage people to keep going. And oh my gosh, once I decided to do this, I felt so much lighter and brighter. I was like, thank you, universe, for granting me this thought because I cannot do this by myself. And I don't think any of us individually as leaders at all our different sites felt like we could do this ourselves. We felt like we need each other. And so what better than the collective group of us to come together to, do this work in the right way to help each other out. So again, my job will be to, do all those fun high-level things that I like project manage and organize and streamline and, eliminate waste and create efficiency. And everybody else can come up with the super detailed data and I don't have to get in the weeds. So I want to ask you, what are the things in your life, whether it's at home or at work, that you're holding on to right now, feeling like you're accountable for it? Are you thinking about, here's my own experience at home, my mental energy, I need to make sure all the meals are ready and keep the house mostly clean while my husband's working on construction and putting in a new floor in our house. I need to get the laundry done and help out my husband with his laundry and my daughter's laundry because, I want them to have clean clothes this week too. And he's been working so hard. And, I should probably make sure I have gas in my car in case I need to go into the office more than expected. And just all these little things. And, sometimes we just have to pause and ask for help and say I surrender. I can't do it all. And it's funny, I talked to my husband about our food situation because we don't have a stove right now because we're doing construction in our kitchen. It's been all microwave leftovers or takeout. I was like, hey, what do you think we should do for the rest of this week for food? And he was like, oh, hey, I already got it covered. I decided I'm going to order buca de beppo on Thursday, and then we'll have leftovers for all weekend. And I was like, oh my God, Like he took care of it already. Like I didn't have to, right? I didn't have to, but I needed to communicate with him so that we didn't have to read each other's minds. So think about like what's one thing that you could do to ask for help to get people who are maybe even more well equipped to do this stuff for you. Asking a friend for help, ordering your groceries online. I was so adamant about going into the grocery store today just to get a break from like home life. And I just gave in at like 7 o'clock at night and said, screw it, I'm ordering them online. It's going to be easier, right? Like, give yourself the out. Like, the shortcuts are actually efficiencies to really, really help you be more present and relax and actually enjoy your day. So if you're having the Monday, oh my God, there's so much to do this week, take a step back and think about who can I teach to do this instead of me? What can I not do this week and nothing bad will happen? What can I ask for help with? And see if you can find a place, a small space to make yourself feel even lighter. It doesn't have to be monumental. Just a few little things like someone packing your lunch for you can feel so wonderfully amazing. All right, with that, keeping it short and sweet, have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Take care. I know that you've got this. Go out there and be a light and get lighter today. Bye, guys. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Glow Getters podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give me a good rating and review. I would so much appreciate all the good feedback you have for me. If you like this content and you want to get some more of it, maybe even see me and watch some videos, you can check out my YouTube channel. Just search Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt and you should be able to find my channel, which I call the Leadership Collaborative, which has tons of great information on leadership and tells you a little bit more about my Leadership Collaborative community that is always enrolling at the end of each month. All right, everyone, thanks so much again. I hope you stay well and safe. Be a light. Talk soon. Bye.